So the other night, a fly got into the house. I know, a fly. So I pulled out this bad boy and went after him. I stunned him a few times, but he just kind of shook it off and flew away. So you win this round, I guess. I turned off the lights in the bedroom, turned on the lights in the hallway, and left the door open. A few minutes later, I turned off the hall light and closed the door. Haha, gotcha, fly. This isn't the first time the fly zapper has disappointed me. The last time a fly and I dueled was pretty much the same. Until the end, when I went like full John McEnroe and smash, smash, smash! Overhanded him as hard as I could. He clipped the edge of the bezel on the racket and he flew across the room, bouncing off like 2 walls, and he landed in the bowl of the light where he sits to this very day. Unless the spider's eaten him. It was time for an upgrade. A friend had mentioned that you may be able to up the juice a little by replacing the output capacitor with something larger. Then I remembered. I had a pair of these taser modules from some dodgy store on AliExpress. Now, I don't mean the taser and the taser limited liability trademark copyright digital millennium don't mess with me sense. More in the sense of Xerox, Kleenex, Boss Stitch, and if there's any justice in the world, Google. Actually, I only had one. I gave the other to a coworker who, along with the CFO of our company, tested it out in his cube. I missed the firing, but I walked in just in time to see the reaction. Apparently they work real good. So I cut out the light feature in the zapper, which is a stupid feature, and it's always bugged me. So it's gone. Later I thought I might reattach it, but that was too much work, so there's no more light. I have no regrets in this regard. Initially, I was gonna just wire the new high voltage module into the main safety switch, but that seemed unsafe. In the end, I just pulled power from after the trigger switch to drive the module. The 2 outer grid plates were tied to one potential, and the central electrode to the other. If you're interested in the circuit for the zapper, it's nothing special. A simple oscillator drives a transformer which feeds a doubler. I didn't bother to reverse engineer it. It looks like a Delon doubler. Importantly, though, it does have a bleeder resistor on the output to slowly save the zapper when it's not being energized. This is good because I left the high voltage circuitry intact and disconnected. I'm not completely crazy, I know, so I did give it a quick test fire before installing it. Okay, let's give this a little test here. Yeah, so that's gonna work. I got a good feeling about that. This is the first time I've seen one of these used in anger. Yeah, that'll work. I cut some notches to feed the wires through the case to the high voltage module because there wasn't room in the handle. I suppose I could have cut off the PCB after the switch maybe jammed it in there, but this whole project took about half an hour start to finish, and like I said, I wasn't going to go full crazy. In a feat of optimism, I didn't test it again until after reassembly. The module is attached on the outside of the handle with ample and a safety-conscious amount of black electric tape. This way the flies will know I'm serious. Then it was time for a test. And I can't do this test justice with voiceover, so here it is. Alright, here we go. Switch on. Oh! 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 That's not going to kill a fly at all, but it's going to scare them. If you can somehow get the fly to be down inside there. Oh, maybe. I bet you if you got one on the inside there, it would totally rough them up a bit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. It's ta-da! I am become death, destroyer of flies. It's like that guy. He invited his friend over because he had a big house. He's like got lots of flies there, and he's like, "You should come over. Bring your zapper." And so his friend does, and his friend's a pretty important guy, and he comes over and goes, "All right, I'm ready to zap some flies." And he goes, "Okay, but how do I know that you're any good?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" "Well, I don't want you in here unless I know that you're like really good." So, so he's like, "Mother trucker, you invited me over here. Now you're gonna ask this?" Like, "All right, stand you back." And he was like, whips out about 8 or 10 or 12 or 22 of these. He's like, whack, 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 whack from all the sides. He's like, "Ah, I am become death, destroyer of houseflies." Yeah, I gussied it up a bit with some directions on blue painter's tape and a safety warning to flies and, well, anything else. I'm not sure how useful it is against flies since it mostly arcs internally, but if a fly or anything else gets into the grids, I'm assuming it'll be toast too. Not sure how to test that though.
By the power of Grayskull!